guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively, we are the Office Blokes.
Office Blokes.
We like to play shirtless chess sometimes. We like to react to videos. While listening to what?
Whatever.
Pentatonics.
How to cheat.
Pentatonics, yeah, home free, apparently. We are the Office Blokes. We've got 2 other YouTube channels. We've got a Patreon page. We've got social media, all that good stuff. Click the link in the description and it'll take you where you need to go. It's as simple as that, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
Like and subscribe everywhere across the board, please, if you enjoy our content. So, top 10 weirdest sports in the world.
I remember once watching topless darts on a beach.
Guys or women?
Women.
Oh, God,
watching right. Guys.
Well, there's a topless chess playing guy there.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't watch that, would I?
I don't know.
It's a cheese rolling sport, because we've seen that, haven't we?
I remember my missus walking in, was watching it. She went, what are you watching here? I went, topless darts, the only sport I can find on the TV at the moment.
Why have you got no pants on there?
That's the lamest excuse I've ever heard of that.
I don't need an excuse.
Anyway, maybe it'll be on this.
Yeah,
we'll see,
be.
won't we? Let's get into it. So the top 10 weirdest sports in the world. Explained.
The top 10 weirdest sports in the world. So you've probably heard of tennis, basketball or football, which is soccer to you Americans, but you've probably not come across any of these sports, each one weirder than the last. And no, I'm not yanking your chain. There's
caber tossing.
Yeah.
There's
shin kicking.
Unicycling.
Is that shinty?
Yeah, it's shin kicking, isn't it?
No, shinty. Not shin kicking, shinty.
Shinty?
Both one across. Hurling maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Quidditch from Harry Potter, isn't it?
Is that what it is? I was going to say it looks like a broom that does, so yeah, maybe it is.
I think it is real life Quidditch.
Let's see.
sports are real. Number 1, Sepak takraw. Probably the least weird sport on the list, Sepak takraw is sometimes referred to as kick volleyball. It's essentially volleyball, but you're only allowed to use your feet and head to hit the ball onto your opponent's floor. It's very popular in Southeast Asia, and there's a ton of unbelievable plays in this game.
How are you guess that?
And by the way, if you want to find out more about it, I actually made a video about Sepak takraw right here. Number 2, shin.
That was really
great,
cool.
that.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, that looked really good.
The ball is like it's that big as
Yeah.
well.
I play like football tennis,
Right.
where you 2 aside, on each side
Yeah.
of the net. And you don't have so many touches to get it over and all that kind of stuff. I play that quite a lot.
Yeah, good fun.
I've not played that.
That looks hardcore, doesn't
high
it?
up like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Jesus.
just a bit.
King. Oh yeah, that's a sport, believe it or not. If you're from the south of England, you've probably seen this before. But the idea of the game is to kick your opponent in the shin repeatedly to try and get them onto the ground. Before the game starts, you have to stuff your trousers full of straw, wear a lab coat for some reason, and then proceed to grapple your opponent and kick the crap out of him. I'm not sure what the referee does, but he's this guy here who's holding a big stick. And also wearing a lab coat. Number 3.
What the fuck is that?
I think it's a butcher's coat, isn't it?
No, it's a lab coat, isn't it?
Wow. Yeah.
It's like shin kicking's been around for a long time. I think before there was scientists in a lab wearing clothes
guess
like
so.
that.
But until someone explains it like that.
It is ridiculous.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, he could just do UK sports and he could have like bog snorkeling and
We've got
what's
plenty
the
of
one?
weird ones
There's
over here, haven't we?
river football is one of them that's been around for a long
Swamp
time.
diving.
Swamp arse diving, swiping.
Swiping.
Caber tossing. Whilst the English are kicking each other in the shins, the Scottish are throwing around bits of tree. Caber tossing is one of the original Scottish Highland games, and believe it or not, the object of the sport is not to throw the log the furthest.
To get it
These
straight,
logs,
isn't it?
or cabers,
Ones.
are 19 feet 6 inches long and weigh 175 pounds. And the idea is to toss the caber onto its end and for it to land on the 12 o'clock position. This is rarely done perfectly, and judges are on hand to make a decision if there's a close tie. Caber tossing is a true test of strength and explosive power, unlike that. Number 4, Quidditch.
There you go.
Unless you've been under a rock for the last 20 years, you've probably heard of Harry Potter and the fictional sport they play known as Quidditch. Unfortunately, some bright spark decided that they would actually play the game and introduce it to all the American colleges and universities.
Come on.
So now, every Saturday you'll see grown men and women run around a field with a broom between their legs. I'm not joking. And no folks, I really won't be making a video about the rules of Quidditch anytime soon. Number 5.
What is
Why?
just gotta-
What's the
We've
point?
just got to take a minute to appreciate that. Let it all sink.
Wow.
Someone should take that broom off them and give them a.
You at least tweak it and not have the broom between your legs, wouldn't you? I mean,
It serves no purpose.
It's just
No.
people who would watch that kind of film that would play that. You know, the addicts
Yeah.
to it. I'm not talking about someone who just casually watches it
Yeah,
once
yeah,
or twice.
yeah.
yeah,
The ones that, you know,
the real enthusiasts. And
It's,
yeah,
it's
definitely.
lacrosse for dicks. That's what it is.
it's not even that.
If carrying.
Why,
Our friends
Gary?
in Finland are responsible for this one. Yes, as you probably guessed by the title, you have to carry your wife over an obstacle course in the fastest possible time. The only real requirement is that the wife must weigh at least 49 kilos and that the course is exactly 253.5 meters long. The winner usually wins his wife's weight in beer. So guys, pick up your wife. Pick up somebody else's wife, I don't care. There's beer to be won. Number 6.
So it turns out that the Finnish are just as much fruitcakes as we are when it
Sounds
comes
like
to
it,
bizarre
doesn't it?
sports and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
That's awesome. I
Hey.
like that one.
Chess boxing. This
Crazy
has got to be
one, I've not heard
Russia.
of that before.
It's got to be
Chess
Russia.
boxing
I reckon you're right.
is exactly as it sounds. Chess,
Germany.
the board game, mixed with boxing, the combat sport. Players alternate a round of boxing with a round of speed chess. The idea is to punch your opponent to death so that he can't think straight at the chessboard, or confuse him with chess tactics so that they're not concentrating on the boxing. You win this sport either by a knockout or by checkmate, whichever comes first. Number 7.
Might have been that one.
Those guys weren't exactly
Weird.
specimens. They were obviously chess players, not boxers.
Yeah.
So you just get a legit boxer step in the ring, knock him out just one
then
time. You
you've
don't
won.
even get to the
Forget
chess.
about
but
the
it
chess.
starts with chess. And you're playing, it's a game of speed chess. He might get beat, might be checkmate before he does anything. He doesn't know how to play it.
But how does that
good
game of
point.
speed chess end if it alternates between chess boxing?
Because they probably have a certain amount of time for the chess at the start, don't they? So about
Ah.
30 seconds or a minute where you're playing speed chess. So you
So the geek's got 5 minutes to get you in checkmate, otherwise you're going to pummel the
and
fuck out of him.
If
and
it's
then
someone that's
fight.
good at chess, they'd do it as well, wouldn't they?
And you might have missed
Easy.
the muscles there trying to think he's the big man. And I'm going to knock you out and you get beat by a little dweeb on checkmate.
Yeah,
And he goes,
Ah, right, I'm getting it now. I'm getting it.
yeah.
Dog surfing. Normal surfing is passé. It's old hat. I know, why don't we put dogs on surfboards instead? Yes, over in California, they've decided that it's a good idea to stick their pets on surfboards and make them suffer Poseidon's wrath. The winner is whichever dog is adjudged to ride the longest wave with the most degree of certainty. Although most of these dogs don't seem very certain at all. Number 8. Unicycle football. American football is hard enough, but there are some people who think that it's just too easy. So those are the ones that decide to play football on unicycles. It's pretty much the same game as American football. You can tackle, pass or cycle with a ball, and the scoring is pretty much the same, but I can imagine the injuries from clashing unicycles being horrendous. Football not your thing?
That looks a bit
How about
dangerous, that
unicycle hockey or unicycle polo?
Oh, come on.
Basically, any team sport you can think of on a unicycle. Number 9.
I love how people who aren't good enough at a sport go, you know what? We're going to make our own sport, and it's exactly
Quidditch.
the same.
Yeah.
But unicycles, because all the big jocks can't do unicycles.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like there's a number of sports that I think when people can't play, I always say it's the same sport. It's football, rugby, cricket, golf. They're like your main, sort of like over here I'm talking about main sports, right? Same in America. American football, baseball, ice hockey, basketball, right?
Yeah.
If you can't play it, start doing things like frisbee golf. What the fuck's that?
Yeah.
Hacky
You know what I mean?
sack
Hacky, yeah,
professionally.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
just
with
do,
you
go
on
and
that.
fucking play chess or something, man.
Yeah.
Get off. Let's use that green for something else.
Blind soccer. You'd think that by playing soccer requires you to be able to see the ball. But obviously, nobody told these guys. Players are either naturally blind or blindfolded,
See, Beckham's
and a
found
bell
his
is
level.
inserted into the soccer ball. They obviously can't see the ball, so they have to listen for the bell inside the soccer ball, and players have to constantly communicate so that they don't run into each other. Yeah, that's dead easy, right? Number 10.
You get blind professional skiers, though, don't you?
I've seen it before, blind football. It's pretty
It is cool,
with
isn't
the
it?
bell in it. Like,
They're
they were
pretty
playing
good,
it.
some of them, aren't they?
There was a
Yeah.
bunch of guys playing it ahead of us, like some blind school or something, who were playing it ahead before
Yeah.
we were going on the pitch. I was watching, I was thinking, fucking hell, fair play to them. They got like a
Yeah.
bell in the ball.
Yeah, really good, aren't they?
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, I've seen some on telly on a few programmes, and some were absolutely amazing.
I love it when people go, disability, nah,
Yeah.
not having it.
Oh, yeah,
Well, it's great, isn't it?
absolutely. I was
Yeah.
just going to say, it's great. Just crack on with it, don't you, and get it done.
There's a guy that I'm going to show you at some point that's a skateboarder with no legs. He's actually entering they call it like, it's not called like the able-bodied games or something. There's a new word for it that isn't disabled or whatever. He's unbelievable. He's got no legs.
Yeah.
Just
play
stumps.
We play football against the Manchester City Disability team, and we sponsored them actually. The company sponsored them here to go to the World Cup in Poland one year.
That's right. Yeah.
And a part of that sponsorship is we played. Did you play in it? I can't remember if you played.
I was on holiday.
Well,
I missed it.
Yeah, so we
gutted.
played against them from the office here, and so I put a team out against them. I'd say, oh, fucking hell. Some of them are really good. One guy had like one leg, and he was like, he was really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, had a great some of them.
Cardboard tube dueling. I'm seriously not making this up. Cardboard tube dueling is as the name implies. It's fighting with cardboard tubes. Players must hit each other and break their opponent's cardboard tube without breaking their own. If time expires, a referee will measure both tubes, and the tube that has bent the least wins the duel.
This is what happens when you ban playing conkers because everyone's becoming a snowflake. Then suddenly it's cardboard tubes, and then that'll be too dangerous one day. That'll be something else. Come on, fuck's sake.
What's he there? What's he got on in the background there on the left? The black gown. Is it a woman?
I've got no idea.
There's no stabbing or lunging, no hitting to the face, and cardboard armour and
Of course there's no hitting to the face. Can any of them take a cardboard tube to the face?
I know, yeah.
shields are optional. There's even a pro league dedicated to cardboard tube combatants. Okay. Honourable mention goes to the Indonesian sport of fireball.
That's a sport.
It's pretty much like
yes.
regular football, except that you set the ball on fire before you start playing. Sounds like great fun.
That's a sport.
Got any other obscure or weird sports to share with the world?
Wow.
Like the video, follow me on Twitter.
That shouldn't have been the honourable mention. That should have been number one.
That should have been in there,
Fireball.
shouldn't it?
That was so much better than
I'd be there,
Quidditch.
one of those with my fire extinguisher and
Pitbull on the side.
I'd get stuck in. You've got to have an element of danger, haven't you? You really do.
yeah,
Cardboard tube, bloody duel.
That looked the shittiest thing ever, didn't it?
Christ, yeah.
yeah. Terrible.
You know he was going to them, right? Well, you know what
Virgins.
type of well, you know what type of people. Yeah, okay.
Go on, what were you going to say?
Virgins.
Virgins, that's all right. And, yeah. I enjoyed that, though. That was a really good compilation.
Yeah, some
it was.
different ones there.
Yeah.
There's quite a few there I've never seen before, to be fair. So
Quidditch, though. Fucking
yeah,
grow up.
My favourite was the football, like volleyball one.
Yeah, that was
great.
proper.
That really entertaining. Actually,
it was
it's
good,
something you actually watch as well. So
That and Fireball, I would watch. I feel
Yeah.
like you watch 5 minutes of that, you're going to watch 2 hours of it. You're just going to get sucked in.
yeah, definitely.
It's better than getting sucked off.
Is it?
Depends who's doing it, Dave.
I almost said someone's name then.
Yeah. Cheers, Lee. Don't forget, like and subscribe, hit the bell, tickle the balls, and all that. We'll catch
Not you,
guys.
not you.
We'll catch you guys on the next
Cheers,
one.
guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.